This video is sponsored by Mark 7 Car Wash Equipment, providing clean, dry, shiny cars for over 50 years. Visit mark7.net for more information.
Hello and welcome to Unscripted, the video series that connects you with market leaders. Today on our Unscripted video, we welcome Claire Moore, Chief Content Officer at International Car Wash Association. Hello, Claire, and thank you for joining us here today.
Hey, Rich. Nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
Sure. So today's topic is on celebrating women and their accomplishment in the professional car washing and detailing industry. And Claire, I know in recent years, ICA has made a concerted effort to bring together and increase the number of women in this industry. Now, why are these initiatives so important to the association and more importantly, to our industry as a whole?
Yeah, thanks. So at its very core, ICA really seeks to build community in the industry. So whether that's through our large scale events that we do, through the Car Wash Show, or some of the smaller subgroups or events that we like to have, it's really a core part of our mission to be able to bring together operators and vendors and help them share with each other. Beginning back with I think it's the 2012 show, we started having sort of a bunch of little special interest receptions, and women in the industry was one of those receptions. We had heard from quite a few women that there was a real need to connect and to network with each other. And so it was an opportunity for us to be able to create that and to create an environment where we can share ideas, network, and form relationships. And at its core, that I think is really what ICA is there to do.
Okay, great. Now, for those who might be unfamiliar, what are some of the female-focused events that ICA puts on each year, and how can viewers learn more and get involved?
Yeah, sure. So it started, like I said, with that networking reception back in 2012. And really, in the beginning, it was just about gathering people together to network. But in 2018, we decided to take it a step further. We had heard from quite a few women that there was a real need for some education and networking events and a desire to get together just outside of the Car Wash Show. And so we had a focus group at the 18 show to really kind of drill down on what the content was that women were looking for. We didn't want to just have an educational program that would be relevant to all members of the industry. We really wanted it to be focused for those women. And what we came out with was sort of three core themes from that focus group. And it was really about building confidence, being able to communicate effectively, and building culture. And so from there, we developed a new event that we launched in 2018 in November called the Women's Leadership Experience. And we had our first event in Chicago that November with about 100 attendees. And it really focused again around those three themes of confidence, communication, and culture. And it was a spectacular event. Honestly, it was just really wonderful to have all of those women and several men in the room really talking about what the role of women in the industry is. And I think I've shared with you some of the illustrated graphics that we took from that meeting to really just kind of document what some of the things were that women in the industry were thinking about. From there on, we continued with our annual receptions at the trade show, and then we had our second annual Women's Leadership Experience in Chicago this past year, but with a bit of a different twist. This time we took 100 women to the Second City, which is an improvisational theater group here in Chicago you might be familiar with. And again, focused around those three themes, but really trained women in a very different way, using improvisation to really help them foster some of those communication skills and build their confidence. And again, it was just a really awesome event for women to come together for. We were planning to do something this year in 2020, but as COVID has put a halt on pretty much everything that everyone wants to do this year, we found it difficult to be able to plan an event for November, not knowing whether or not obviously we'd be able to hold it. And so we're going to do a little bit of a different twist this year. We're going to offer an online only Women in Leadership Certificate program that we have partnered with the University of Notre Dame to offer. And I think this will be a great way to kind of continue some of those skills that we've been working on throughout our events, but also continue to build that community of women in the car wash industry. I should also mention we do also have an active Facebook group. It's the ICA Women's Leadership Experience. You can find that group through the ICA Car Wash Org Facebook page. And that's just another great way for women to connect online and be able to talk with each other and network with each other outside of our traditional events.
Yeah, and I know more information, if viewers are interested, is available on carwash.org. Now, Claire, the Women in Leadership Certificate Program, sounds very interesting. Can you please explain a little bit more about the program?
Yeah, we're really excited about this. And, we're sort of filling a gap this year because of COVID with this program, but I hope that it will be valuable enough that we'll continue to offer a cohort, for years to come with this program. It's a 1-month entirely online education program in partnership, like I said, with the University of Notre Dame. We're very fortunate to have a really great working relationship with the university. And so we have great access to their professors and a lot of their programs. The program will start in November, and you'll have, or any of the participants will have, basically 4 weeks to self-pace their way through sort of 4 core topic areas: leadership, the integration of your professional and personal life, negotiations and conflict resolution, and then networking relationships. There's a live session once a week with the professors that are teaching the courses, and then we will pull together the Carwash cohort of women who are participating at the end of the program to really then take, again, what they've learned in the class and be able to apply it back to their lives every day in the car wash or in one of our vendor companies to support, again, those 3 themes of confidence, community, and culture.
It certainly seems that growing the female influence in our industry is an important initiative to ICA, and it sounds like you've dedicated the time and resources to that. So since the association and our industry have started to highlight female car washing and detailing professionals' accomplishments and stories and journeys in recent years, what has really inspired or surprised or encouraged you in these stories?
I think number one, obviously, is just seeing the growth of the number of women in the industry. You would see, you'd always see women at trade shows and events and whatnot, but I think in the last few years, you've certainly seen many, many more, which is great for just overall increased diversity in our workplace and in our industry. But I think what's most exciting to me is seeing more and more women in leadership roles within our industry. I mean, I think you see both on the vendor and the operator side, more and more women in senior management roles or even CEOs of companies. And I think it's great for any industry to have great diversity in the workplace. And so I'm happy that we're beginning to see more and more of that.
For sure. Now, I know our industry's future is only as bright as its youngest stars here. So do you have a message for young people out there who might be interested in a career in car washing or detailing and don't know where to start?
Yeah, I think particularly in the last year, I think it's been great to see this new generation of car wash managers and owners and senior people coming through. And I think we have a great, energetic, and obviously very an industry that's growing exponentially right now. And so I think it's a great place to be. And I hope people see it as a potential career path and a potential place for them to hang their hat for a while. But I think the most important thing that anyone can do is connect with others, whether that's online or through events. You've got to find your village of people in whatever way you do to really help kind of support your growth and your progression throughout the industry. And so I guess that would be the piece of advice I would give them.
All right, great. Well, thank you and ICA for everything you do in this area to grow awareness for female accomplishments and encouraging young people to get involved in our industry. Certainly, thank you for taking the time to do this video interview with carwash.com today.
Anytime. Thanks for having us.